Takže dobrý, já vás tady vítám u dalšího videa z Dragon Age Origins. Jak vidíte, tak od minula jsem prodal, co jsem měl v inventáři. A teďko uděláme přesně to, co jsem chtěl dělat. Tady promluvíme si se stanem.
That is unexpected. You're welcome.
Proč jsi přišel do Fereldenu?
Tak,
Tak, povídáme si s nima, protože oni by nám teď snad už měli dát ty svoje úkoly, což je super. Nemusíš o tom podat zprávu. Kdy to hodláš udělat? Nikdy. Domů jít nemůžu. Proč ne?
Speak then.
Říkal jsi něco o mazách.
We have no mages such as you do. We have beasts in the shape of men who perform tricks.
Magie nejsou jen triky.
We have mages, we simply don't have the sort you do.
Už máte jiné co to znamená?
Our mages are controlled to do less harm than yours. They have their tongues cut out and are kept in pens.
Tak to je ono.
As a fish stranded by the tide knows the air, or a drowning man knows the sea, so does a mage know magic. Can you have just a little drowning? Some things come only in excess. Are we going to fight the darkspawn, or chatter until they grow bored and leave?
Mám ještě jednu otázku.
Then I suggest we move on.
Co jsi dělal v té kleci?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe, until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad.
Super, tak to je ten jeho quest, to se mi hrozně líbí, že ho konečně dostaneme.
Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
Co se stalo s ostatními kuvarijci?
I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
Jo, no.
Perhaps. I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
A pak?
I killed them. With my bare hands. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
Tak to není od tebe hezký.
Do your people have no souls as we know them? Convenient for you. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arashok.
Jinak, jak už jste asi pochopili, tak budeme mít kecací epizodu. Super, co?
No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Jasně.
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Kde jste s tím spozencem? Neboj, najdeme ho.
Those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Tak, super, máme nový quest a to je Berserův meč. Tak, jdeme na dalšího. Alistar, proto už jsme splnili jeho sestru, ale pořád se s ním můžeme pokecat. Výborně, ale víš, že jsem tě zastavil já, aby si se mnou pokecal.
Well, that you were there to talk me down after we left. You're a true friend. I just wanted to tell you that.
Tak to ano. Já jsem se jinak chtěl nalejt pití, protože jsem čekal, že bude mluvit trošku dál.
That we are.
Tak to
I have your back. You know that, right?
Jej, tohle bych asi ve skutečnosti nikdy neřekl, já bych řekl něco.
Ask away.
Jsem rád, že to tak cítíš, nebo něco podobného a on, tyjo, prostě takový lekec, tyjo. Měl jsem další seno arcidémonovi.
Yes, me too.
Jo,
And I
no.
got the feeling at the end there that it saw us, was aware of us, whatever you want to call it. Could have just been my imagination, I suppose. What do you think?
Tak to je ono.
I thought we were already being extra careful. Does that
Jasně.
mean we have to be extra careful now?
To si ze mě dělá extra
There I was,
careful.
enjoying my nap.
What
I
is
guess
this?
one thing is certain, at least.
Sakra, tohle bude zase zajímavá
It's
epizoda.
official. This is a blight.
Tak, ale já potřebuji od tebe dostat nějaký
Ask
quest.
away.
Mám pár
course.
otázek.
You never asked?
Jasně, no těžko se tě budu ptát na něco, o čem vůbec nevím.
We are friends. I didn't mean to. It wasn't supposed to. Oh, let me explain. The thing is,
Super, zase
I'm
nám
used to
řekli
not
něco
telling
novýho.
anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know.
Mě by jenom zajímalo, proč starší šedý strážce nechává mě, mladšího šedýho strážce vést tuhletu celou družinu. Tak, počkat. Co takhle? Jo, mimochodem jsem následník trůnu. Myslím, že tomu rozumím.
I should have told you anyway.
Mhm.
It was important.
Takhle to
for you
je
to
správný.
know.
Hezky se mi omluv.
I guess part of me likes you not knowing.
Tak to je ono. Nemyslíš, že bylo nebezpečné mi to neříct?
They treat me differently. I become
Yes,
the
yeah.
bastard prince to them instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted
Jasně.
it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies
No,
me.
to máš blbý, ty prostě budeš král.
You can say that again. I don't think I've ever had a choice in the matter. Right from when I was born, all my choices
No to tak
have been
bývá
made for me.
u lidí
now
narozených
Arleman
v
plans to put me
rodu
forward as
vládnoucí
the
linie,
heir.
že nemají moc na
It
výběr.
never ends, does it? And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner.
Tak, to je
It was
super.
a dumb thing to do.
Tak, omluva přijata.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
Let's go, ale já jsem chtěl, abys mi řekl něco o svý sestře, ale tak to mi asi nepoví.
Ask away.
Mám
of course.
pár otázek. Tak tohle to asi ne, takže zevram.
I've a question, if I may.
Mhm. Myslím, že je na to ta pravá chvíle.
I would have asked earlier, but I wanted to wait until you seemed ready to speak, which you do.
Dobře, tak do toho ptej se.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the question on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with.
Děláš si ze mě srandu? Zevrané. Přesně, přestane pak platit tvá přísaha, proč bych s tou měl mít nějaké plány? Ne, to asi ne, tu trojku.
Could I? And what if I didn't wish to leave?
No, vždycky najdu pár věcí, na které by se mi mohl hodit pěkný elf. No, jasně, tak to je super. Jaj, co tohle to je prostě, co to je za větu? Já vím, že tahle ta hra je hodně otevřená, jako, ale prostě ne, tohle to ne. Tohle to ne, prostě ne, sakra. Ach jo. Přítel by se mi vždycky hodil.
I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Tak to je super.
What say you?
Chci probrat něco osobního.
I'm game.
A raději nic. Cože?
What say you?
Nechci, aby se odešel.
By all means.
No, tak asi nic, tenhle ten nám asi nic nedá.
I enjoy the
Tahle
nights
má
at
quest,
camp.
to o tom vím.
The night always seems more peaceful to me, safer.
Zachovej ostražitost, jasně, víme, jak to
I feel the
myslíš.
night grants us a reprieve from the troubles of the day.
Mhm.
Silly, isn't it? The darkspawn never
Tak
sleep,
jo.
and they lurk in the shadows.
Ne, není to hloupé. Každý potřebuje čas od času odložit přímě
I enjoy those
zodpovědnosti.
nights when we stand guard together, talking to pass the time in those small hours. Well, I
Ale my nestojíme na stráži, holka. My momentálně sedíme u ohníčku, respektive stojíme u ohníčku a povídáme si a ostatní stojí kolem nás a poslouchají to, ale to nevadí. Tak dáme tohle. To jsem rád. To je vždycky pozitivní.
Our leader and my friend, and sometimes I think that maybe.
No, tohle už zní o něco zajímavějc.
Maker, look at me stumbling over my words like an ill-educated peasant girl. Some bard I am.
Tak to je ono. Když si v rozpacích, si roztomilá, zkusíme to.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm just flushed because of the heat.
Co to je? Protože je tady horko, děláš si ze mě srandu. Ano, je tady horko, ale protože s tebou začínám flirtovat a to je úplně něco úplně jiného.
Really? No one told me. You felt the same way and didn't do me the courtesy of informing me? You made me say all those things. Why couldn't you have said them first? Oh, how very awkward.
Jsi strašná osoba.
Oh, chivalry is so dead, making the lady spill her guts like that.
Aha, jasně. Takže já mám rád tebe, ty máš ráda mě, jasně. O, výborně, získali jsme přítelkyni, super. Jinak samozřejmě to je taky achievement, ale já už ho bohužel mám. Vy to samozřejmě uvidíte.
That settles it then.
To jsem rád, no. Každopádně.
I see you're still with Morrigan. I thought you said she didn't mean anything to you. What are you playing at? You tell me you like me, that I mean something to you, and it's not fair to either Morrigan or me. Do you say the same things to her?
Ne, s ní jsem ještě vůbec nemluvil.
Just show me some respect. Show us some respect, please.
Co ode mě chceš?
Stop playing with my feelings. If you want her, tell me so. I care for you more deeply than I can say, but
Ale já s ní vůbec nejsem, ani neberu na mise. Tebe teda taky na to je jedno. Ne.
I am sorry I had to force this on you. I couldn't stand by any longer wondering if I meant anything to you.
Ježišmarja, co tohle to je? Dobře.
There wasn't too much harm done. I think I will survive. We should talk later.
Vážně?
You've seen and touched Andraste's ashes. They are the holiest thing on this earth. The remains of the Maker's chosen.
Je to jen popel.
I do not know if I am worthy to look upon her.
Proč vůbec Andrastu uctíváš? Stejně už je mrtvá, Andrasta bojovala za všechny, patří nám.
Yes, of course, but it still is something to be in awe of.
Jajte, ale já se chci dostat úplně k něčemu jiného. Musíme si promít.
Wait, you want to talk about us? Is there something bothering you?
Dobře.
Really? You think so?
Jo, ale já se nedostanu k té větě, kterou jsem chtěl. Každopádně tady je Ugra. On chtěl se mnou mluvit, výborně, ale já jsem tě oslovil, jasně. O čem? Ježišmarja, další rozhovor o tom, jaký jsme hrozný kámoši. Jaj, dej si na čas, o co jde.
I was thinking, I do know some people out here on the surface.
Really?
Actually,
to jako vážně?
Ano,
vlastně kvůli tomu já jsem ho umylem na tom díle, jak jsem mi smazal v Denerimu. A on mi řekl právě tohle, a proto mě napadlo, že bych je mohl všechny obejít, že jo, a vzít si od nich ty questy. A ty chceš najít? Tak to je ono. Kdo je to?
She and I were friends after Bronco.
Friends, jo, chápu, ano. Chápu, to je zajímavá narážka, ano, byli jste kamarádi, ano, friends. Takže víš, jak ji najít? Počkej, ty jsi podváděl Branku a...
I tried to look her up the last time we were at Lake Calenhide.
Určitě víš, jak ji najít. Tak, za Morriga na ní chodit nebudeme, protože co? Protože už jsme pro ní quest splnili.
Well, and a good friend you are, Warden. I'll think about you if we ever... no, actually, that would be gross. No, what was it you wanted to say?
Tak to no. Vlastně nic, zapomeň na to. Tak, dostali jsme další úkol, Ogrenův nějaký ten a... Tak. Protože my už tady máme i lidi. Jo, to je poručík Kadrim, vyslanec Karon, pak je tady vyslanec Pert a vyslanec Felemr, nebo jak se to jmenuje. Tak, ještě je tady někdo, jo, ještě je tady Šalé, na toho bych úplně zapomněl. No a pro Pejska myslím není žádný úkol, i když můžeme to zkusit si s ním pokecat.
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
To jsem rád. Protože nejsem člověk.
Oh, it's not just that. Well, I'm sure that's part of it, but it's not only that. Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural.
Já si ze mě srandu. Ovšem, pro nás odloučené elfy je to tak lepší.
Then that must be it. The humans have always spoken about elves being inferior, but obviously this is their own stupidity talking. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
Tak to je ono. A to bychom nechtěli.
Can it imagine the horror? Oh. Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all...
Tak, dobrý, tady jsme si sešali.
My understanding is that it encountered the smith named Karadin. He was responsible for the
quest,
creation of the
je
columns,
právě, že u
that he has become a
trpaslíků, tam
golem
musíme jít
himself.
zpátky do toho Karadinova
What I do not
kříže.
know is what became of him. Why did he not return with it? I would have many questions for him.
Je mi to líto, sám se zabil.
He killed himself? Ah, I would doubt it, but no. I see it is telling the truth.
Tak, to je
May
super.
I ask what became of the Anvil of the Void, assuming that it too still existed?
Byla zničena, jak si Karadin
Then it
přál.
was no doubt for the best. With Karadin also goes any chance I might have had of finding answers on my past, I assume. Tell me, did it find out anything from Karadin? Anything at all about how I might have been made?
Kovadlina vyráběla golemy za živých duší.
Meaning that I was once a living creature? That seems highly unlikely, and more than a little insulting. Is it certain?
Nechtěl jsem tě urazit.
Was I forced into this? Or simply glad to abandon a frail body? And more importantly, who was I? I simply must know. I cannot help but believe that answers lie elsewhere in the deep roads. We must look.
Tak, dobře, uvidím, co se dá dělat.
If it can search the deep roads, I may remember something. If not, then I will have to wait.
Tak, to je super. Měli bychom mít nový quest. Ano, Golemovy vzpomínky. Získaná nová dovednost. Ano, máme velké množství inspirace a tady už by měl být jenom pejsek, takže já si taky povídám s pejskem.
Oh, why you little... Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look.
Tak to je ono. Ty nekrvácíš, ale stejně to nemělo dělat. To je ono. To od tebe nebylo pěkné.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Tak, to je super. Tak, ještě něco se
I
dozvíme.
once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed them well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Jaj, co to děláš? Jestli jsi to někdy žral a nevěděl to, tak ti to asi chutnalo. Nikdy bych tě nenakrmil lidskou bytostí.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
Kuk. Tak jo, tohle je super. Tak, každopádně, co? No, já bych to tady asi ukončil, protože já to takhle přijmu a tady to takhle zruším. Protože jsme si takhle se všem popovídali, dostali jsme nějaký nový úkoly pro společníky. A máme tady ještě nějaký úkol, jasně, to jsou Golemovi vzpomínci a tady jsou ještě 2 společníci a to budeme plnit v příštím díle. Takže já vám každopádně děkuji, že jste zlídli na ten díl, pokud se vám díl líbil, tak se nezapomeňte kouknout i na další díl a já se na vás u ní taky budu těšit, takže zatím sayonara, přátelé.